Hello students, good morning. How are you today?
Hello,
Hello,
Miss.
Miss. Good morning. I'm good.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so everyone is in a good condition, right? So as usual, before we start our lesson today, let's pray together, okay? Prayer will be led by me. So pray, start. Pray and okay, everyone. So did you get your breakfast this morning?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
What do you get, Intan?
I had breakfast using
Okay, great everyone. Good job. Please don't ever skip breakfast because it's really important for our health, right? Okay, next, I will check your attendance. So, is anyone absent today?
I'll present today, Miss.
Okay, thank you so much for the response, Rizka. So without waiting any longer, let's just start our lesson today. So in the next slide, I have several clues. I will tell you the clue. Here I have two pictures. It is the pictures about Malin Kundang and also Cinderella. So if I want to tell the story about Malin Kundang and also Cinderella, what kind of text I should use. So it is related to our material today. So can you guess?
Yes, Miss. Can I guess the text?
Yes, of course, Rizka.
All right, thank you. Based on these two pictures, I guess it is about narrative text. Is that right, Miss?
Okay, that's correct, Rizka. Thank you, everyone. As Rizka said, our material today is about narrative text. So in the next slide, I will explain several things about narrative text, the definition, the purpose, the structure, and also the language picture. So please pay attention to my explanation. Okay. So let's just start with the definition. So narrative text is a type of text that tells chronological story in the past. And narrative text is usually found in the form of fairy tales, folk tales, and also the other fictional stories. The purpose of narrative text is to entertain the reader or listener in a story with sequential events that lead to the climax and also finally find the solution. Okay, next, here I have a pictures that contain several kind of narrative text. The first one is fairy tales, or we can say it's cerita tentang dunia peri. For example, like Cinderella. And the second is mysteries, atau cerita tentang pemecahan masalah dari sebuah misteri. Yang ketiga yaitu science fiction, atau cerita yang berkaitan tentang ilmu pengetahuan dan teknologi yang melebihi kenyataan. Yang keempat yaitu romance, atau cerita romantis antara sepasang insan manusia. Next is horror stories, atau cerita tentang hantu atau segala hal yang menakutkan. Next is adventure story, yaitu cerita tentang petualangan. Next we have fables, atau cerita yang tokohnya berupa hewan atau binatang. And the last is folklore. Folklore yaitu cerita rakyat. Di sini folklore dibagi menjadi tiga. Yang pertama myths yang menceritakan hal-hal mitos, legend yang menceritakan asal muasal suatu tempat yang kebenarannya masih belum bisa dipastikan. For example, like the legend of Tobalik, and the last is folk tale, atau bisa juga disebut sebagai dongeng yang penuh hayalan dan tidak nyata atau fiksi. Okay, next. we move to the language picture of narrative text. So narrative text has five language picture. The first one is using past tense. The second, using action verb. The third is using a conjunction. The fourth, using adverbial time. And the last is using speech verb. Okay, next is about generic structure of narrative text. Yang pertama yaitu orientation. Orientation is the opening part of narrative text story. This section introduces the character in the story, the setting of story, which include the setting of place, time, atmosphere, and also social condition. The second is complication. This section contains the problem that occur in a story. The third is resolution. In this section, contain completion or ending of a narrative text story. For example, like a happy ending, sad ending, or cliffhanger. And the last is reorientation. So in reorientation is the last part of the structure of narrative text, usually contain a conclusion and also a moral message. This reorientation is optional because it does not always have to be in a narrative text. Okay. From my explanation, do you understand so far about narrative text?
Yes,
Yes,
Miss.
Miss.
Clear.
Okay, great. So in this slide, I have an example of narrative text. So the title is The Legend of Mount Batur. So I want students to help me to read this story. So who wants to read the story?
Can I, Miss?
Yes, of course, Rati. Please go on.
Okay. So, the legend of Mount Batur. A long time ago, there lived on the island of Bali a giant-like creature named Kebo Iwo. The people of Bali used to say that Kebo Iwo was everything, a destroyer as well as a creator. He was satisfied with the meal, but this meant for the Balinese people enough food for 1,000 men. Difficulties arose when, for the first time, the barns were almost empty and the new harvest was still a long way off. This made Kebo Iwo wild with great anger. In his hunger, he destroyed all of the houses and even the temples. It made the Balinese turn to rage. So they came together to plan steps to oppose this powerful giant by using his stupidity. They asked Kebo Iwo to build them a very deep well and rebuild all the houses and temples he had destroyed. After they fed Kebo Iwo, he began to dig a deep hole. One day he had eaten too much. He fell asleep in the hole. The oldest man in the village gave a sign, and the villagers began to throw the limestone they had collected before into the hole. The limestone made the water inside the hole boiling. Kebo Iwo was buried alive. Then the water in the well rose higher and higher until at last it overflowed and formed Lake Batur. The mound of earth dug from the well by Kebo Iwo is known as Mount Batur. That's all, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rati. Everyone, please give applause to Rati. It's such a great story, right? And also, I like your pronunciation. It's really great. So, everyone, here I have one question about this story. So, the question is, which one, uh, which one paragraph is contain the complication? So, who wants to answer?
Let me try, Miss.
Okay, Krishna, please go on.
All right, Miss. Thank you. So the complication in this paragraph is, I think the second paragraph is the complication because in this part, Kubu Iwo was built with the great anger. In his hunger, he destroyed all of the house and even the temples. It made the Balinese turn to rage.
Okay, please give applause to Krishna. So your answer is right. So the complication is right in the second paragraph. So everyone, In the next slide, I have one more example about narrative text to make sure you're understanding. So next, I have what is it? Story about the peacock and also the crane. Please pay attention to the video because right after that, I will give several questions relate to the video. Okay, let's just start.
The Peacock and the Crane.
Once there was a beautiful peacock in the woods. Wow, Peacock! Your feathers are so beautiful.
Colorful and shiny. Aren't they gorgeous?
Yes, they are. I wish I could have colorful feathers just like you.
Only I, the peacock, can have these beautiful feathers. Don't even dream about it. La 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 la.
Ha! What a show-off! Ha! Ha!
Yeah, you're the best.
Whatever. The peacock went to the riverside for some water.
Who is that? A long neck and cool legs. Looks quite elegant, but I don't like the feathers, though. Hi, who are you? I've never seen you around.
I'm a crane.
A crane, huh? I'm a peacock. I have feathers that are shiny and gorgeous.
Oh, right. They look good.
The crane walked along the river.
She wasn't even surprised. Look at all these colors of the rainbow on my feathers. What's wrong with yours? They look gray and dusty.
Yes, you are very beautiful, but I don't envy you at all.
What? Don't lie. How could you not envy these beautiful feathers?
I can fly up into the sky with my wings. I travel around the world and go wherever I want.
Oh, I see.
What can you do with those feathers? Grooming and showing off? What else can you do? It seems you look good on the outside, but not inside.
The peacock felt so ashamed, he folded his feathers.
Oh, gee.
Okay, everyone. So it's such a nice story, right? So in the next slide, as I said before, I have several questions according to the story. Okay, the first question is, who is the main character in the story? So who wants to answer it?
May I try, Miss?
Okay, yes, please, Intan.
I think the main character of the story is the peacock and the crane, Miss.
Okay, that's correct. So one bonus point for Intan. So the main character is the peacock and the crane. Okay, next, the question number 2. Why did the peacock scoop at the crane? So who wants to answer it?
Can I, Miss?
Yes, please, Rati.
So, why did the peacock scoff at the crane? So the peacock scoffed at the crane because the crane's feathers were pale and colorless, while the peacock had a gorgeous tail with the colorful feathers, Miss. That's all, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, that's correct, Rati. So one bonus point also for Rati. And for the last question, what is the moral value of the story? So who wants to answer the question number 3?
Krishna, Miss.
Okay, yes, please, Krishna, go on.
Okay, Miss, thank you. So the answer for number 3 is it better to be useful than to be beautiful? Never be so proud of yourself. One should be humble always. That's all from me, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, that's correct. It's such the moral value for the story. So one bonus point also for Krishna. Okay, everyone. So far, do you understand about narrative text after I provide several example?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Miss.
Okay, great. So here I want to give you an exercise. So I have divided you into two groups. The first group consists Intan and Rati. The second group consists Rizka and Krishna. So here I have two pictures relate to narrative text. So the first pictures Pinocchio is for group one, and the second pictures about Asal Mula Danau Toba is for group two. So all you have to do is please make one narrative text based on the pictures that you get with your partner, and then you have to present it. So is it clear, everyone?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, great. I will give you 20 minutes to discuss with your partner. Start from now. Okay, everyone. How was your discussion? Do you have any question?
I have a question, Miss.
Okay, what is your question, Krishna?
So my question, how many paragraph we need to make?
Okay, good question. So I think 3 or 4 paragraph is enough. So is it clear, Krishna?
All right, Miss, it's clear.
Okay, great. Okay, everyone. Have you finished the discussion?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, now is the time to present your work. So I will choose group 2 to present their work. So for group 2, time is yours.
All right, Miss. Thank you. From group 2, we make the story of Toba Lake. Once upon a time, there was a man who was living in North Sumatra. He lived in a simple hut in a farming field. He did some gardening and fishing for his daily life. One day, while the man was do fishing, he caught a big golden fish in his trap. It was the biggest catch which he ever had in his life. Surprisingly, this fish turned into a beautiful princess. He fell in love with her hand and proposed her to be his wife. She said, "Yes, but you have to promise not to tell anyone about the secret that I was once a fish. Otherwise, there will be a huge disaster." The man made deal and they got married, lived happily and had a daughter. Few years later, this daughter would help bringing lunch to her father out in the fields. One day, his daughter was so hungry and she ate her father's lunch. Unfortunately, he found out and got very and shouted, "You damn a daughter of a fish!" The daughter ran home and asked her mother. The mother started crying, felt sad that her husband had broke his promise. Then she told her daughter to run up the hill because a huge disaster was about to come. When her daughter left, she prayed. Soon there was a big earthquake followed by non-stop pouring rain.
The whole area got flooded and became Trouble Lake. She turned into a fish again, and the man became the island of Samosir. That's all from me, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for group two. It's such a really nice story, right? And also, I really like the pronunciation of Priska. It's such a great pronunciation. Thank you so much. So, everyone, please give applause to group two. Okay, everyone. I think that's all about our meeting today. But before that, I want to conclude about our material. So today we have learned about narrative text, the definition, the purpose, the structure, and also the limit features of narrative text. And I really hope that you enjoy the class today and understand the material. So before we end the meeting, let's pray together, okay? Pray start. Pray finish. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for attending the class today. Stay safe and stay healthy. See you in the next meeting. Goodbye.
Thank you,
Goodbye,
Miss.
Miss. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss. Goodbye.